I'll be like, I hope it doesn't happen again, but that is wishful thinking. Willing is not enough, you must do. Knowing is not enough, you must apply. So I am somebody that believes in you need to keep walking. Because you know one funny thing, I wish I had somewhere to run to if this problem happens, but I don't have anywhere for Lagos. But Lagos, do you understand? My family has been in Lagos for over 200 years, but beyond that, we want peace. We need to invest in that peace, and we need to nurture that peace.
Who should we be talking to? Because sometimes, for instance, if I'm someone up north and I don't have enough education and I come down to Lagos to do business or to get some kind of form of livelihood, who should be the person that should talk to me and give me a form of maybe informal orientation and say, hey, wait a minute, this is how they live in places like this?
You know, I said something earlier on. Anybody leaving anywhere to come to anywhere has a bus stop. The government and the people need to partner themselves so that we would have a reorientation and community policing where you would understand who comes in and who is leaving. When you set out, you have an agenda. You have somewhere you want to get to. And in getting to that place, there's somebody that's going to host you one way or the other, even if it's just to use the restroom or to eat before you move on. You understand? So I don't want to single out anything, but all I would say is for all of us, for the sake of this place called Nigeria, let us put our heads together, journalists, security operative, civil societies, and everybody, let us put our heads together. Look at ourselves essentially as Nigeria. I know that we have a fundamental difference, but let us look at what binds us together more than those fundamental differences. You know what? The people that are amplifying this disunity bring in religion, religion, culture, and tribe. We can, as a majority, put them by the side and cage them, and we forge ahead. And we use love and peace to capture them. What scares me is I see what is happening around the world. We are not immune to it. When I hear people talking about violence and anarchy, it scares me because that is a reality. I'll give you an example. What happened in Rwanda started in a studio. It started like a joke. Before you knew it, 800,000 people down the drain. There is no state in Nigeria that does not have a potential of becoming 3 states, brothers and sisters. Every single state you talk about in Nigeria. And in every single state in Nigeria, you have Christians, you have Muslims, and you have those that have their traditional religion. So where do we draw the line?
Every state.
In every state in Nigeria. I'll give you an example. Kano State, Jigawa State was carved out of Kano State, Abi? How many local governments does Kano State have? 44. Jigawa, how many? You have Ogun State. You have those that are saying Egba State, Ijebu State, Awori State. Even in Lagos, there are people that are agitating for Lagun State. I'm talking across the board. So how do we do it? We need to sit down, tell ourselves the home truth. I'll give you an example. It kills me when I see people sit down and all they're doing is criticizing. If your education is not to better Nigeria as a unit, then you're not educated. I don't believe
I'm just wondering, though, do you think that this will happen? I pray it doesn't, but are there any guarantees that this will not happen again?
I answered this, my lady, you were not listening. Sorry, maybe you didn't hear me, but I did answer this. I said, I hope it doesn't happen. I pray it doesn't happen, but I have no guarantees. But one thing I would say is if we do not invest in having a peaceful unity, it will happen again and again and again until the country goes sky high. But if all of us see it as a must that we all have to invest in peace, then we can comfortably say it may not happen.
You know, now you're here on television. Not everyone has access to television or radio. You've met with Yoruba, so many other people like you who have this mindset, great Nigerians. Who do you think can help take this to the grassroots, street by street, and even religious places of worship, so that they can get this message of peace.
I'll give you an example. Once there's this thing called football being played in Nigeria, who takes it to the grassroots? We do. All I said is all of us should invest. All of us should invest. The government cannot succeed unless we make it succeed, because we are the government. We put them over there. So I do not want to say it has to be this person or that person. All of us together can make Nigeria work.
I'm just wondering though, you talked about, leadership also investing. In fact, you said that one of the reasons why, the situation went out of hand was a failure of leadership, perhaps, at whatever level, leadership existed there. Do you think that the leaders themselves are also well invested in this idea of unity, or do you think that the idea of divide and rule so that I can have my own share of prominence is still very prevalent amongst leaders?
I'm sorry to say I'm too informed and educated to simplify it to that or to apportion blame. All I am trying to say is the leadership and the followership at that point in time that problem happened failed, and we can do better collectively. I do not want to come here and say, oh, it's because of this person or that person. Not that I cannot say it, but that would not resolve the issue. What we're talking about is having peace across the board.
And speaking about having peace across the board, because we're equally concerned here about some of the clashes we've seen across the country, we keep wondering, how do we end this? Give us your suggestion. This herdsmen clash with communities, what's the way out?
Let me try and be explicit, because that is what I have been trying to say. It is not everything that is unfortunate that you amplify. Even the media have a problem over there. The leadership have a problem, and the followership. There are things you can do that are very covert that you do not bring out. I'll give you an example. When you're trying to mediate between two warring parties, you should be concerned about what is it that you're going to say that is going to tick off the other party. So essentially what I would say is, let us all invest in peace and know that the options we think we may have in the event of that wahala, we don't have it.
Well, now we have to go. And it's good to see that you also invest in your time to ensure that there's peace and security. Could you do something for the people now, if you could, because there are many who are also watching who the message will go further if you speak in their local dialects. So, if you will, first and foremost, in Hausa and a little bit of Yoruba as well.
Okay, I would start with the Yoruba. Nile toju Eko, de nile toju Nigeria, ejo tori Olorun, eje ka gbe bi iya kan baba kan. Rigimo àti wàhálà ò dá, ẹjọ́ torí Ọlọ́run, níbi tá lè sá lọ sí láyé yìí. Ẹnikẹ́ni tó bá ní nǹkan tó ń dààmú ẹ̀ kó jọ torí Ọlọ́run kó lọ sọ́dọ̀ ìjọba. Jama'a dan Allah da Annabi, akwai wani karin magana da ake ce ma dan sarki, aka ce zaman lafiya ya fi zama dan sarki, na ce zaman lafiya ma fi zama sarkin kanshi. Dan Allah dan Annabi mu zauna lafiya, dan Allah dan Annabi mu zauna lafiya. Domin idan muka zauna lafiya za mu gudu tare mu tsirar tare. Ya Allah, ya Ubangiji, ya Rabbil Alamin, Allah ka ba mu zaman lafiya a Lagos, Allah ka ba mu zaman lafiya a Nigeria. Ma'asalam.
I'm good to say, AMIN YARO, SARKIN HAUSAWA of Lagos. Well, that's where we also end the show today. We thank you all for watching. We'll see you next time. I'm Chamberlain Uso.
Well, thank you very much for watching. I'm Maokwe Ogun.
Many thanks. Looks like Friday. I'm Sulaiman Alede.